2011, weeks 12 and 13. Hey everyone! Here I am with another video showing a couple pages from my 2011 album. I'm using the Becky Higgins Desktop Edition 6x6 paper pad. It's still one of my favorites, and I'm probably going to be using it until it's all gone. Once I had the paper arranged accordingly, I trimmed it up to be 3x4 and 4x6 papers. I got this cute calendar number stamp set that I can see using on a lot of projects in the future, but for this week, I wanted to stamp out my week numbers. So I debated on a couple inks, trying to match up the color as best I could. Then I found two, a light color for the inside and a bold color for the outline. I debated stamping directly onto the gold foil paper, so I grabbed some of my scratch sheet and stamped directly on it to give it a test. It didn't really work out too well, so I scrapped that idea rather quickly. After cleaning my stamps, I fussy cut the numbers and was ready to move on to the next week. Between the photos and the papers, the dominant colors on this spread were blue, yellow, and red, so I grabbed red and pink to stamp week 13. I ended up stamping the number 13 twice because, believe it or not, it ended up looking a little too perfect. I wanted there to be a slight offset so you could tell it was handmade, stamped, and not perfect. I fussy cut these numbers also, cleaned my stamp, and was ready to move on. Time to get on some extra journaling, so I grabbed my grit cards, trusty pen, and journaled away. Now is the fun part, embellishing. I immediately reached for my cork embellishments and began placing a bunch of stars all over the page. Something about the neutral, natural-looking cork felt like a great tie-in for the two pages. Then I added a couple other shapes, just for fun. I grabbed my pink box of embellishments. You'll notice that the top two corners each have pink and red on those cards, so I was really going to need to grab some pink and red to pull down to the bottom to help balance the overall spread. Then I grabbed teal, because there was already so much of that going on already. What's a little more? This page really lended itself to stacking different embellishments to create layered journal cards, which is something I haven't really done much before, but I was really liking the way that these were coming together. I grabbed my yellow box and continued stacking. I grabbed my finishing touches box and just kind of looked at it. I wasn't really ready for this in the process, even though I thought I was. This page needed gold, so I reached for that box instead and started grabbing a few embellishments. Debated for about half a second on some wood veneer, then decided to pass, and clearly I needed some buttons, so this emerald green one would really tie in with the opposite side. I kept out a couple stickers and added those across the pages as well. Then it was time to get it all down. Using a tiny toucher and a tape runner, I locked it all into place. Last but not least, I needed to title my weeks, so I grabbed these October afternoon mini market alphas and titled both weeks with matching red and blue. I revisited my finishing touches box for a few extra touches of fun. And there it was, another couple weeks documented.